When I work at programs all across the country, one of the first things a lot of the coaches will ask me is, can you give us some advice on how we can motivate our athletes? And motivation is a very interesting topic in the literature, and there's tons that's been written about it. So what I'd like to do is share a little bit about motivating your athletes today and see how it would apply to All-Star. And when we talk about motivation, we realize that it's the psychological aspect that's going to push us towards our desired goals, but there's actually three very important factors that are going to contribute to whether your athlete is going to be motivated or not. It's not one thing, but it's one thing that's made up of small pieces. And the three basic components we can see are importance, confidence, and what we would call willpower or mental energy, the ability to focus. And I wanted to talk a little bit about those so you have a better understanding when you're working with your athletes in the gym of, hey, what kind of motivation would this athlete need right now? You know, often when we work with our athletes, we can ask them, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this new skill to you? And that gives them some time to kind of think where they are, and it kind of gives us some indication on how motivated they are, because if they tell us on 1 to 10 that their importance is a 1 or a 2, the chances you're going to get that athlete motivated are very low. So one of the things I find, though, that in all-star sports, most of these athletes are extremely motivated on the important side. They want their different tricks and their different skills that are going to lead them to better performance. When we think about it, it's going to be one of the other components, like confidence, that's going to lack in the motivation of your athletes. And when we talk about confidence, we're talking about someone's ability to feel like they can get something done. It comes from the Latin confidalis, which means with faithfulness. And if you've tried several times and haven't been able to do it, you're not going to have that much faith that you're going to be successful. So usually that's where I work with my athletes and coaches and say, well, let's work on their confidence. And one of the best ways that we can help our athletes with confidence is to have appropriate progressions in learning. So, I often ask my athletes, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that you can do this new skill in an effective and safe manner? And then my athlete can say something, I feel like it's a 4. So that gives me a place to work. I'll ask them right back, well, why is it not a 2? And when they start to tell me why it's not a 2, they're stoking their own motivation, because they're telling them, well, I feel better than a 2, and that's why. And then I'll say, well, what would it take to make that 5 a 7 or an 8? And now they're giving me exactly what I need to get them to be motivated to do these new skills. It's not coming from me, it's coming from them. And that's something that I want us to think of. And the last part of motivation that's often overlooked is will or willpower in the literature. And it's actually a real thing, and it can be measured. And willpower is kind of like a muscle. It gets tired, it has to be trained. And if we don't give it rest and we don't give it the right nutrition, we're not going to have any willpower. So if you've got an athlete who doesn't have any focus, doesn't have any will, they're exhausted or depleted, maybe too much schoolwork, too many things going on outside the gym, doesn't matter how important or how confident they are, you're not going to have a motivated athlete. They just don't have the mental power to do it. In closing, what I'd like everyone to take home from this one talk is that when we talk about motivation, it is a state that your athlete is in, not a trait of who they are. And let me say that one more time, because this is the take-home message. And if you want to motivate your athletes, you want to get them into the right state of mind, and stop looking at motivation as some kind of genetic trait that they got from their parents or not. It's something that we work on and that we make better in time. Thanks.